So, if you was caught red-handed stealing a firearm, would you expect to be arrested, have to post bail, and then go to court to face the theft charges? What if you were caught red-handed stealing 2 firearms? Would you expect to be arrested, have to post bail, and then go to court to face the Class B felony theft charges? What if you were caught selling those stolen firearms? Would you expect to be arrested, have to post bail, then go to court to face the theft charges? What if you was caught red-handed stealing 3 firearms and sold 2 of them? Would you expect to be arrested, have to post bail, and then go to court to face the Class B felony theft charges of the firearms? What if you were caught red-handed stealing 3 firearms from a police lockup, sold 2 of them? Would you expect to be arrested, have to post bail, and then go to court to face the Class B felony theft charges of the firearms? If you were caught red-handed stealing 3 firearms from a police lockup, sold 2 of them, got caught red-handed doing both, you would expect to be arrested, have to post bail, if they even gave you bail, then you would have to appear in a court of law to face the theft charge. With this guy. This is Daniel Joy, and he lives in Bucksport, Maine. Back in 2013, he stole these 3 rifles and sold 2 of them. And to this day, he has not gone to court to face these charges. This is because he is good friends with the Bucksport Police Chief, David Winchester, and the District Attorney, Matthew Foster. This guy took 3 guns out of a police lockup, took them home, sold 2 of them, got caught 7 years later, and has still not gone to court for this offense. Anyone else would have been immediately arrested, have to post bail if you was lucky enough to get bail, and you would appear before a judge within 90 days. But because this guy is good friends with the police chief, David Winchester, and the district attorney, Matthew Foster, he is simply not being prosecuted. And this is because Daniel Joy is a member of the Good Old Boys Club, and this is not an isolated incident. Kangaroo County has been doing this type of kangarooing for some time. What they are attempting to do, because they have done it many times in the past, is have a small write-up in the local newspaper that he got caught and they're going to charge him, but they never quite get around to doing that. What they like to do is wait 4 years, so hopefully everybody has forgotten about the incident, and then have a classic kangaroo trial, which Hancock County is famous for. If they wait 4 years to prosecute this man, it will be a 100% kangaroo court proceeding with probably a fake juror to guarantee the results. Because one thing Hancock County Court is famous for is using fake jurors, especially when they're prosecuting one of their own. So let's dig into this a little further. This is Daniel A. Joy. He has lived in and worked for the town of Bucksport, Maine in one capacity or another since at least the 1990s, and at one point worked for the police department as a patrolman. Danny Joy's days as a patrolman ended when one day while on patrol, he smashed out the rear window of his patrol car with the butt of his pistol. Word around town was he accidentally locked himself in the back of his patrol car with a 14-year-old girl he persuaded to have sex. The girl's family was very upset, and the criminal element of Bucksport, Maine settled out of court for an undisclosed sum of money. Daniel Joy became Bucksport's part-time animal control officer and later dispatcher for the Bucksport Police Department, which, as it turns out, is one of the most corrupt small-town police departments in the entire state. That also ended for Danny Joy in November 2020 when Danny was accused of stealing 3 rifles from a police storage unit in July 2013 and then later selling 2 of them. This all started in 2013 when a local person turned in the 3 guns to the police department saying they didn't want the weapons in their home. In 2020, some 7 years later, they asked to have them back. Back in 2013, Daniel Joy did give the person a receipt, then took the 3 firearms that were surrendered to the police department. Danny took them into his custody as an employee of the police department and took them home and later sold 2 of them. Daniel Joy obviously never expected the person to show up with a receipt 7 years later. Suspicion quickly arose when another police department employee couldn't find the guns in the police storage unit or any of the mandatory paperwork showing what had happened to them. Mr. Joy was charged in October 2020 with one count of Class B theft because the items allegedly stolen are firearms. District Attorney Matt Foster said, "The estimated total value of the rifles, which is between $225 and $450, is irrelevant to the Class B charge," he said. "A conviction on a Class B crime in Maine is punishable by up to 10 years in prison and a fine of $10,000. Since Police Chief David Winchester and Daniel Joy are good friends, Winchester declined to comment on the case and instead directed all questions about the theft to his associate in the District Attorney's office, Matt Foster. Foster stated he did not have detailed information about the firearms, but said he believes they are all .22 caliber weapons, and aside from that, are nothing particularly special. He said that they were turned over to the police department by someone who didn't want them in their home. Only one of the 22 rifles has since been recovered, but Joy allegedly later sold 2 of them, Foster said. The district attorney said that he plans to review the case further and might file additional charges or amend the felony theft charge before it's presented to his good friends on the grand jury. Joy is scheduled to appear in court on the charge in January 2021, according to documents filed with the Hancock County Kangaroo Criminal Court in Ellsworth, Maine. Since Danny Joy is a member of the Good Old Boys Club, he did not go to any court hearing in January 2021. As a matter of fact, Daniel Joy has not gone to court for any charges as of September 2022. He has never been arrested or booked into jail for stealing the 3 guns from a police storage room and selling 2 of them. Can anyone say double standards? If you or I stole 3 guns from a police storage unit, would we be arrested? You betcha. Arrested at the time and given absolutely no bail, and if you did get bail, it would be very high. Remember, these double standards according to who you are is not only real, but it's everywhere in the United States. This is an in-your-face example. It goes to prove just how corrupt these people really are. To them, it's just normal, everyday procedure. Now let me tell you how this is going to play out. Either Danny Joy will never go to court and it will quietly be dropped, or he will go to court 4 or 5 years later after everyone is forgotten and given a kangaroo trial with a fake juror if necessary, a slap on the wrist fine, and an itsy-bitsy write-up in the Crooked Ellsworth American newspaper on page 12. And those who are familiar with Bucksport and the police corruption would expect the person or their family who was asked for their guns back to be targeted. This type of retribution is normal for the area. The Hancock County Court is totally kangaroo corrupt. This court uses kangaroo, misandrous, double-standard judges. It uses kangaroo, misandrous, double-standard district attorneys. It uses court-appointed lawyers that work directly for the district attorney to convict you the easiest way possible. This is a court where the secretary of the district attorney has the powers of police. Yes, people, in Hancock County, the secretary of the district attorney can file charges against somebody. Watch this. But here we have a district attorney who is refusing to do their job. This is called nonfeasance. The district attorney is willfully not prosecuting this man because he is a friend. Just the fact that these people all know each other is reason for a change of venue or a change to a different county to be fair. Since fair trials do not exist in Hancock County, Maine, you don't have to worry about them wanting to do that. This here, folks, is Hancock County Kangaroo Court in action. Blatant nonfeasance. Learn more about how to file valid bar complaints at despicablemane.org.